About 2 years ago, I gave up my dog. I took care of him since he was a baby for over 8 years. But then something happened where I just had to give him up. I think it was the best decision. And to this day, after 2 years, I don't regret that decision. So I'm gonna share that story with you on why. My name is Tony Chan. I'm a single dad and I'm documenting my journey of building wealth, health, and relationship in real time while you watch. So thank you for being here. All right, so taking care of the dog for 8 years. Honestly, I have a huge bond with my dog. His name was Leo, an absolute gorgeous miniature poodle, color white, and I loved him, right? Obviously, I took care of him for that long. But then separation happened, right? And when separation happened, everything goes haywire. And it was just very difficult to take care of two young daughters. I separated when my kids were 5 and 2, and then, of course, taking care of the dog. And when you're separated, also you're thinking about all the time, all the money spent, like everything, right? That's around me. And I was living in an apartment, and I think the pet rent was like $20 a month. And I think you have to put a down payment of $500, I believe, for the pet. So I have to pay for that. I have to pay for the pet insurance. I have to pay for a feeding the dog. I have to pay for taking care of the dog. I had to take him out multiple times a day. Like it started to weigh on me of all the responsibility of taking care of a dog when my full focus should be on taking care of my kids, right? 100% of my focus should be on the kids. And personally for me, I just could not do that when I'm taking care of my dog all the time. And it was a very difficult decision, honestly, because I thought long and hard about it. I thought all the benefits, all the cons that came with giving away the dog, and the benefits just way outweigh the cost of letting him go or giving him to somebody else, because it freed up a lot of my time. It freed up a lot of my money that I could be using for something else, spending more time on my kids, spending more money on education and investments and on my kids as well. And so it was just like it made it it was a very easy decision when I put everything on paper to give away the dog. Now, the choice definitely felt very bad in the beginning. I felt super guilty when I thought about giving him away. And I think there was just a day where I was completely burnt out from everything that was happening in my life. And I was just trying to think of ways to continue to optimize my life. And then the thought, of course, of giving away my dog came up because I was taking out at the time to go walk, and my kids are just home, and I had to like hurry back home to make sure they're okay because I get paranoid if I leave them home for any amount of seconds. And I was like, okay, I cannot keep doing this with the dog. And then I got bills I got to pay, and then I got supplies and daycare I got to pay. Daycare is super expensive. I think that was another thing that really pushed me over the edge with all the finance stuff. And so I had the thought of giving it up. And then I started to feel super guilty because obviously the kids love Leo, which was his name, and I love them too. But I couldn't do no more, right? I had to let a huge responsibility go so that I could free up my time to be the best version of myself. And so eventually, like the guilt started to fade away. And then I started actually to reaching out to my own family members on who wanted to take Leo. Real quick first, please like and subscribe. I know this is a difficult story because I love my dog a lot and I still miss him, but it's something to me that had to be done. So like and subscribe if you think this video is good. It helps the channel grow a lot, so I really appreciate it. Now, when I was thinking about giving him up, I want, of course, to try to get the family to adopt him. And thank God one of my family members agreed to take him in. And I first got him his flea shots. I got him all his vaccines. I basically prepared him so that when I give him away, he's completely good to go because they had dogs of their own. It's my family member that adopted him, and they have much more better resources. They have more time than I do. So to me, he is in a much better place to be taken care of than I was, right? And what sucks though is that my kids actually begs for the dog back. It's been over 2 years now, and my kids still beg for them. And like there was even a moment where my oldest kid was crying to get my dog back. Like that's some of the stuff that I had to deal with after giving away Leo. And it was, like I say, a very difficult thing to do. But now after 2 years, I definitely 100% made the right decision, because after giving away my dog, I felt a huge weight over my shoulder just lifted. Like I just felt like life was more lighter because I didn't have this huge other responsibility. Like taking care of a dog is a huge responsibility. And so I didn't have to deal with that anymore. I didn't have to pay for that anymore. I didn't have to take time for that anymore because now all my focus could go on my kids. And I do think as a result, my life has just gotten much better. And as a result, the kids' life has gotten much better because we're just focused on so many different things now. That's not Leo. But Leo is definitely in a much better place now. He has more resources. He has more time, as I mentioned before. He has a house where he has his own yard because I'm living in an apartment. So he has his own big yard to play in. So his life is definitely much better, I would say, being adopted by my family member. And then they're the one that have to worry about the cost. I don't have to worry about the cost no more. Those were the reasons why I gave away my dog. Now, in the future, do I think I want to get pets again? Do I really want to take on that responsibility again? Maybe. But I think after giving up the dog, I just feel so much less responsibility that I actually don't want a pet no more. Like I actually don't want a dog no more, or a cat no more. The kids almost got me to get them a guinea pig last time because guinea pig is much more easier. But then I read that a guinea pig has to have a companion or a different friend, I guess, in the cage with them so that they are social creatures and they have to be socialized with the other guinea pigs. I was like, okay, never mind then. And so I almost got a lizard, bearded lizard as well, but then I was like, oh, like the more I thought about pets and paying the pet rent and just taking care of something else when I'm trying to build a business, when I'm trying to build the content, when I'm trying to build my career, when I'm taking care of kids, there's so many responsibilities that I'm doing right now. It makes no sense to get a pet right now. So in the future, I don't think I'm gonna get a new pet, but every time I visit my family who has Leo, he definitely remembers us. He always sit next to me. He always want to hug and cuddle with me. And every time I sleep over there, he always sleep with me. It would have sucked if he was mad at me for giving him up. But luckily, he still loves me. And that's why I gave up my dog. I do think it was the right decision. And I'm not necessarily recommending you to do the same if you are in the same position. But it has helped me tremendously, giving up my dog, right? It does. And if you could give it to a family member that you trust, even better. But I think that if we're struggling with taking care of kids as a single parent, like we have to focus on the kids. Like that's the number one priority is the kids. And so if a pet or a dog or a cat is like getting in the way, I do think that I made the right decision. Or I know that I made the right decision in giving up Leo, and I don't regret it at all. And once again, I do still feel guilty every now and then. So that I don't think that's ever going to go away. But I'm just happy that he's in a better place right now with my family. And so, yeah, that's my story of giving up my dog after separation. I do think it's the right decision. It is definitely a big decision to me that had a huge benefit because it just freed up my time and my money. And that went towards my kids. And my kids now has my full focus. So I definitely think it was the right decision. So that's my story. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tony. And if you want to watch more video of me documenting my journey, watch this next video that's on the end screen here. Peace.